So today will be a meditation on the body, but it's always nice to use the breath just to help ourselves calm down if we've been busy days, and just take roughly 5 or so breaths, just focusing on the calming nature of the out breath. So we take as long as we need to on every occasion. Sometimes we can get into the zone straight away. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. When we focus on the calming nature of the out breath, we feel that the mind is stable. We can then move on to the sensations of the body. And like I always say, there's no right way or wrong way. It's good to try different ways, as it's good to keep it fun and playful and light-hearted without the focus being on proficiency or achievement. And changing it round keeps that fun, light-hearted quality. So last time we started with our feet and slowly filled our body. Today we can try focusing part by part, like shining a flashlight over discrete parts of the body, rather than filling our body with awareness. So we'll start by aiming that flashlight at the top of the head, on the crown of our head. And when we focus on that part, we can note if there's a subtle tingling, a very subtle sensation of our skin being, I think it's the feeling of being oxygenated, that subtle tingling sensation that we may or may not feel. We may note heat, we may note cold, we may be very comfortable. We just shine that light and the top of our head. And we can move that spotlight to the back of the neck. For me, when I'm not being mindful of my body, and when I return to mindfulness, I notice my neck can be quite tense, and my posture quite hunched. And it's important to lengthen the back of our neck, not so it's rigid and beyond its natural shape, but long and relaxed and elegant. If the back of our neck has been quite tight all day, it might take a while for it to lengthen. We don't force these things, but we naturally let it lengthen, and if it's already in a nice position, we try and relax further. So the neck is balanced, the head is balanced, but we could straighten more if we need to. There's that capacity in the muscle, rather than it being at the end of its limit. Now we can focus on the front part of our neck and those thin muscles from our neck down to our collarbone. Often these can be quite tight and pull our body out of alignment, so we'll just make sure our posture is relaxed and upright, and we note that when we're sitting with this nice relaxed posture, our mind is sharp and also relaxed, and there seems to be when there's an ease and relaxation in the body, there's an ease and flowing quality to the mind. Our mood can improve. Once we feel that part of the body is nice and relaxed, we can move further down the spine to between our shoulder blades, and that area of our back. Again, we want it to be upright and relaxed, and when that's the case, we can feel pleasure and happiness throughout the body. If the mind is distracted and prone to agitation, we can calm the mind down by focusing on the calming nature of the out-breath. But if we're being sleepy, then we can take some slightly stronger in-breaths and focus on the energizing quality of the in-breath. But if the mind is stable, we can keep relaxing further into the meditation. We can keep searching for subtler sensations, and we can really enjoy just the sensation of being. Often when we relax, it can be in waves. We find there's a release of tension in the body that feels really nice. And as we delve further into it, we feel another wall of tension. And it's not that necessarily that the tension has emerged, but we're going deeper and we're finding deeper, subtler levels of tension and a sharp mind focusing on that subtle tension. It amplifies it, and then we can stay with it, and we'll notice that dissolves, and again there's this release of tension and a deepening to the meditation, a further quieting of the mind. That process can happen many times in a session, or we find we're extremely deep in meditation, we're very calm, the mind is very peaceful, and it stays like that for quite some time, and then it's like we're sucked out of it, and there's agitation or something, and that's just latent emotions being released, latent thoughts, and we can let those pass. And it may be that they don't pass in this meditation session, and if we keep allowing these things to arise, they stay for a while and pass away, and that's where we can develop wisdom in, not only in deepening our concentration and discovering new quieter states of the mind, but also releasing habitual tensions that we didn't know we had, and over time, when we keep releasing those habitual tensions, we not only are walking around less chronically tense, less underlying chronic tension, but we gain wisdom in seeing these things as impermanent phenomena. And the more things we recognise as impermanent, the more wisdom we have in seeing impermanence and accepting impermanence in life. So we can now move to the lower back. Again, there may be heat, there may be cold, there may be pain, there may be dullness, an inability to note any sensations in particular parts of that area. And whenever there's a part where we don't feel anything, we can concentrate on there and seeing what arises. For the last 5 or so minutes, we can try and be aware of the whole body all at the same time. We can move around that flashlight, we can zoom in, we can zoom out, we can, if the mind is calm, we can try and be aware of the whole body at the same time, but we can just play around with investigating what sensations there are, and if there are very strong unpleasant sensations, we might need to address those and stay with them and gently help them to relax and dissolve. But if the mind's calm and there's no tension, we can just enjoy being.